So I found Krylon Premium Metallic Original Chrome to be the best spray can chrome. Before I got an airbrush, I tried several different chrome spray cans, and I really feel Krylon is far and away the best. That is, for spray cans. The best chrome for airbrushes is Alclad II Chrome lacquer. Within modeling circles, it is widely considered the best chrome available. I currently agree with that assessment, but if I find something better in the future, I will be sure to make an update. So, I put both of these chromes over Green Stuff World's Gloss Black Primer, but feel free to use any decent brand of gloss black primer you want. Just make sure it's for models. Anyway, I'll cover Krylon's spray paint chrome first. It's the one on the right. Now, for the eagle-eyed among you, you may have noticed it's not in a spray can. Well, I assure you it did come in a spray can. This spray can, in fact. You'll notice it's missing its bottom. That's because I decanned the paint, which is exactly what it sounds like. I took the paint out of the can so I could use it with my airbrush. I'll make a video about how to do that later, but it's honestly a bit of a pain in the butt, so I would only use it on cans you already own. I wouldn't buy a spray can for the purposes of decanning it. Also, don't worry about the disgusting looking brown liquid in there. It's just the chemicals separating out as it sat idle for too long. And it's not just Krylon or spray paints. 90% of metallic colors separate out like that. You just don't usually see it because it's in the spray can or bottle. This is why you shake the bottles. And you can see here too, as soon as I shake the bottle a few times, it mixes right back together. Now this isn't important for Krylon, but I'm gonna come back to it when I cover Alclad II, so remember it. Anyway, you can see here, Krylon Chrome does a really good job having that strong reflective surface, even when comparing it to the superior Alclad II Chrome. While it's clearly not as metallic looking, it still reflects almost as much light. Now, there may be a more metallic looking spray paint chrome, but the most important thing about a chrome is how reflective it is. It's because of this reflective nature that we can use it as a base with a clear or transparent color to get a candied colored effect. It's not looking like metal that creates the candied effect, but the reflectiveness. Now, for those of you who haven't used chrome a lot, you'll usually find over 90% of the time you're using it for candied colors, and you'll use other metallic paints for other things. At least that has been my experience. So remember, when you're looking at a good chrome base, you are looking at how reflective it is. Now, I don't have a comparison on hand, but when used as a candy color base, Krylon looks almost as good as Alclad II. And since it's much cheaper, what you'll see in subsequent reviews is I like to use it as the base when just testing or playing with colors. Of course, as you can see, Alclad II is clearly superior though, so why is that? It's because it's a lacquer, and because of the toxic and special chemicals mixed within it. Now, you remember how I showed you how the chemicals and paint in Krylon Chrome separated out after being left to sit? Well, look at Alclad II Chrome. It looks and moves like a very liquid metal. This is how you can tell it's very high quality, because the chemicals stay mixed even when left to sit, like liquid mercury, but even thinner. Like mercury, however, it is extremely toxic. This is why most in-person locations will not even sell lacquers. Alclad can be bought on Amazon, and they do have their own website that not only sells it, but also lists the dozen or so stores that do sell Alclad lacquer paints. I happen to live near one of those stores, and it's the only paint locked behind glass and requires them to check your ID when you purchase it. Out of hundreds of packages I've had shipped to me from overseas, Alclad lacquers are the only thing I've ever had customs place a hold on and require me to complete and sign a release form testifying as to what purpose I would use it. Maybe that was just a one-off. I've ordered them more than once and only had the single hold, but then again, even with an over-eager customs agent, I don't see them placing the same hold on shampoo or a t-shirt. I go over this to really drive the point home that you must wear a respirator mask when using this paint. You can get an excellent quality reusable one for around $20. There are certain paints, like water-based acrylics, where I would still advise you to still use a mask, but you would probably still be fine without it. However, you can do some serious damage to yourself and your lungs if you're not extra careful with this. For the same reason, I would advise not letting younger children use or get near it. Finally, you also have to know how to properly apply Alclad II Chrome. I don't know how to properly describe how thin this paint is, but it is thinner than water. What this means is you have to turn your airbrush compressor way down to like 10 to 15 psi. If you leave it at the standard 40 to 60 psi, you can use up one of their little 30 milliliter bottles in under a minute. I am speaking from experience here. Very frustrating for it to run out midway through a project. And even Amazon doesn't have next day shipping with this, so you're going to be waiting 1 to 3 weeks for your next bottle. However, it will be worth it. Just look at how beautiful that chrome is. With Krylon and other chromes, if I painted the entire spoon, you would still be able to tell it's been painted. With Alclad Chrome paint, it looks like an actual metal spoon, and that is why, until proven otherwise, Alclad II Chrome lacquer is the king daddy of the chromes. Thanks for watching. Buy me a coffee and Patreon links below. Till next time, have a good one. Bye.